How famous are you? Everyone knows my work, no one knows my name, so I can be a normal person out in public. Hi, Banksy. More details, please. Did you invent marshmallows? Definitely locally famous. I live in a city with a population of about 75,000, and it's extremely rare that I can leave my house and go anywhere without someone recognizing me. I've had my face on a couple billboards, been on several magazine covers, and a photo of me or article about something I'm doing is in at least one publication per month. I would bet $1,000 that anyone could walk to the heart of downtown right now and ask a random person if they know who I am, and they will. It's pretty cool being as well known as I am, but it also gets incredibly annoying from time to time. Sometimes I just want to go grocery shopping and not have 3 conversations with strangers. I think this level of being famous is the best. You can get anonymity when you leave the town, and in your own town you can get all the support money can't buy. I punched a cameraman in the nuts because I didn't want to be filmed at a cancer run when I was like 5. The whole stunt was caught on camera. Recognizable in my small town. I host a karaoke night at a brewery once a week, and I try to be involved in the community. Any more than this and I'd find the social obligations overwhelming. I was on the world leaderboard in Black Ops 2. Gears of War Annex 214th in the world right here. I'll do an AMA one day. Have you ever heard of Robert Downey Jr.? Ever wonder who does his costumes? Yeah, me neither. Anyways, I'm not famous at all. Woo, what a roller coaster. I am the world's least known Emmy winner. That's really cool. I was a sound assistant on Netflix's Made, and Margaret Qualley name dropped me and told a story about me on Late Night with Seth Meyers. Career highlight. I'm pretty well known on r/art that if you asked on there who I was, at least a couple people would probably tell you. At least 90% of the people would be able to tell who you are. Yo, it's the Dodo Man, let's go, he's not dead. I hosted the longest running blues show on commercial radio in Canadian history. I am probably one of the only people that knows that fact though. Oh, also apparently my 90s NU metal high school band's album has several thousand BitTorrent downloads in Eastern Europe. I've been in an internationally acclaimed film as a featured actor in a scene with Matt Damon. My face is big and on screen for 15 seconds. I'm uncredited though, which means I'm famous by face, not by name. What movie? Is it one of the Bourne movies? No, that would have been cool. It's The Last Duel. Oh, sick, that's one of my favorite movies. Damn, for real? I'm the monk on the right, 1850 to 1905. Man, I'd like to be in a big movie once, not even as a lead or even side role, but just to immortalize myself in some way. Hey, I once existed. That's basically how it felt. Plus I got to hang out with Damon for hours, the absolute loveliest bloke. I was the official pizza king of my student city. Got some free drinks in town a couple times, the most Z-list celeb you'd ever think of. How does one become Pizza King? I have been in several large budget movies, leading roles. Some are good and I am proud of them. Some are terrible. Some are so terrible in fact that I cringe and start sweating when people say they've seen them. I currently star in a TV show and have had leading roles in several before this one. I get recognized no matter where I am, fairly often, but it's amazing what a baseball cap can do. I was on Netflix for about 30 seconds. My Facebook inbox blew up for a month. Oh my goodness, one of my coworkers was on a Netflix show and I could see the followers go up and up. It was like the dark arts or something. Got my name in the newspaper once without the word allegedly next to it. Got my photo in the newspaper lately. Story was about train passengers more and more frequently beating up the train staff. The train staff is now getting body cams. Turns out they took a photo of me at a ticket check years ago when they first had test runs for the body cams, and the ticket check guy was one of the ones with the cam. It was pretty clear from the photo that I didn't beat anyone up. Yet a lot of people from forever ago contacted me about being a prick and a shithead for attacking train staff. I made it into the music business about 15 years ago. I'm not famous enough for people to recognize me in the street, although it has happened. But when I walk on stage, no matter the country I'm in, people know who I am, and I've played in all continents. I was also honored by the government of my country and made it into the news a healthy amount of times. I did the cover of a couple magazines as well and racked tens of millions of Spotify streams, and because of the way it works, I'm also friends with a few A-list celebs, although I'm not one myself. I want to make clear this is not a brag, as you guys don't know who I am, so it'd be like screaming into space. I'm just answering the question that was asked. I once accidentally walked down the middle of a Harry Potter premiere in London in 2009. Security was not impressed. I was once on Radio Disney when I called in. I was like 7 or 8 and got to request a song. I remember recording it on VHS. I have been riding that high ever since. I called in to Radio Disney one day when I was like 9 and ended up winning Aladdin DVDs. Only time I've ever won anything, and I am also still riding this high. I nearly made it famous in my younger years as a frontman of a rock band, hot sign, toured Europe, etc. The internet was just coming to fruition. As we were peaking as a band, we had MySpace account as Facebook was coming on the scene, but we never really made it. A lot of ifs and could have beens. If sharing the name of the creator of Dilbert makes me famous, then sure. Otherwise, not at all. Yeah, well, at least your name isn't Michael Bolton. I'm known as the Pinche Gringo in a small town in Mexico. I'm told it means cool white guy. Probably the most famous thing I have ever done, but no one knows it was me. In the late 90s, my high school got a fancy digital camera. It was a Sony that used 3.5 floppies to store the photos. The journalism club would take photos around the school and use them in a slideshow that played before the announcements every morning. It was broadcast to every TV in every classroom. I was in the school late one evening after football practice. I walked by the journalism room and the door was open. I can see the camera sitting on the teacher's desk and got a dumb idea. I turned around, dropped my pants, and took an extreme close-up pic of my butthole. Thank you for the inspiration, typo negative. I thought it would be funny for someone to find a random photo. Well, the next day apparently no one checked the photos before starting the slideshow. Everyone saw it. The journalism class and the teacher got in trouble. The librarian who ran the slideshow and broadcast got in trouble. The camera was taken away the rest of the year. There were so many rumors about who did it. Some speculated that it was a teacher because it looked like an old man's hairy ass. That was a scandal for the last 2 months of that school year. I was terrified I was going to get expelled and miss my senior year. People still talked about it when we came back in the fall. It was brought up at our 20th reunion a few years ago and we had a laugh about it. Somebody said something to the effect of, did they ever figure out who that asshole was? I'm not even sure I've heard of me. Who? By virtue of being a non-Asian person in a Japanese town of about 30,000 people, I'm a lot more famous than I'd like. Let me tell you, it's really fucking hard to be anonymous when you're literally the only person in town who looks like you do. Hey, it's the white guy. 2 street dogs know me very well. I feed them. In my house, I'm pretty famous. I'm the guy who fixes things and cooks things. My dogs think I'm the main character. I am single-handedly responsible for potentially blowing the minds of every Fallout fan thanks to one of my top Reddit comments. It even got featured in a Dorkly article. I hear it made the rounds of Tumblr a couple times. The irony is, I'd never played Fallout. If you see an explosion and the fireball is bigger than the thumb of your extended arm, you are close enough to inhale toxic shit and should probably run. Does this explain the Fallout Vault guy I see plastered everywhere here? Holy crap. I was about to comment about how that's basic knowledge, but then I realized your comment was 8 years ago, so you are the guy. I'm so famous, I even have a debit card with my name on it. How? Probably cash card. Yeah, but like, what are the numbers? Show pic or it didn't happen. When I was 5, I was the first documented case of E. coli from hunted white-tailed deer. My case apparently solved the mystery of how apple cider from an orchard gave a bunch of people E. coli, or something like that. I was 5 at the time, my memory is a bit fuzzy, but I've seen the article about me in a medical journal. Username checks out. Small town famous. I'm the guy run over by a dump truck. Now I'm the only guy in a wheelchair. Oh my god, you are the dump truck boy? I can't believe it's actually Johnny Dump Truck. Dump truck boy Johnny Wheelchair Man, nice to see you buddy, how's the legs? Hopefully you are also the settlement money guy. I am. Subscribe for more videos like this, and thanks for watching.